Again, my name is Rob. I live outside of Chicago, and I am an IT salesman.
Awesome. Sales. Amazing.
Mhm.
And if just for the folks that might be watching, would you mind sharing kind of where you were in your job search before coming into Career Amp? So what was happening that made you want to look for some help?
Certainly. So I was 1 year of being unemployed and was, for lack of a better term, sick and tired of being sick and tired. I kept doing the same things over and over and over again, and was getting the same results. It's almost like the definition of insanity. So I decided to take a different approach into finding something else. Seek help. Basically, hey, reach out. Put your ego to the side for a second and say, all right, what am I doing differently, or what can I do differently that can assist me to find a new role. Um, Joined almost immediately after we had our first conversations, and probably within 3 weeks, I had a new role. It was just that instantaneous. So it was, I don't know if it was just the karma or me getting out of my own way or what it was, or the combination of us all working together. But it seemed whatever that spark was, it proved to be very successful for me.
That's awesome, Rob. Congrats. We're so thrilled for you and stoked. And when you joined the program and ultimately decided to hop in, A, what was important to you about finding a coaching partner? And B, what did you kind of recognize as like an initial win in your first couple of weeks?
Sure. So from a coaching partner perspective, I just knew I needed help, right? And what am I doing? Here's my approach. Here's what I'm currently doing, going over that with people, and say, okay, well, that's what the other, 700 applicants are doing for those same roles you're doing. And so we started to do things differently. We restructured my resume. Really started doing a lot of the sort of the pre groundwork, as you would, to really then move on to the next steps. I never had to get on to the next steps because I got lucky with the new rewritten resume and just knowing some people in the industry that it worked out very well for me to find a new role.
That's great. That's awesome. And as you move through the offer stage and maybe through the interview process in terms of the role that you landed.
Mhm.
What would you consider like maybe a big takeaway or your biggest win from the Career Amp program?
Um, my biggest Okay, so the biggest takeaway for me is going to certainly be open to trying something different. You know,
Mm,
um, f- I'm 56, and as I'm finding it's now at 56, it's a little different than it was maybe say 36 or 26 finding a new role, just because of my level of experience, the level of pay, the things that are expected of me, and my expectations of companies. So what I had to do is sort of, okay, what do I want to then prioritize? If I'm going to be looking for a new role, do I have to give something up? Do I have to give up salary? Do I have to give up roles and responsibilities? Do I have to give up territories? And one of the things that was reiterated to me is like, no, you don't give up anything, right? You steadfast, you hold tight, you have faith in who you are, even though you've been doing this for a year and you're starting to become less enthused. Let's just say you have a great staff around you saying, no, you don't do that. You stick around and you fight it out. And we'll give you the tools and the knowledge and some of the things to say along that process in terms
right.
of how to stick up for yourself inside of these practice sessions.
For sure. And I think like you touched on something really powerful, which is sometimes we think that we have to change the outcome that we want, and we don't realize that it's the strategy that needs to change, or just even like mindset shifts so that we can keep with the strategy or we can keep pursuing the outcome that we desire. And
Right.
sometimes it just takes a little bit of tough love, sometimes some kick in the pants, sometimes some heart-centered stuff. So it just depends. But that's
Yeah.
something that
Yeah.
resonates. Cool. Great. Last question, Rob, is
Sure.
if someone's watching this conversation and they are on the fence on whether or not they want to join Career Amp, what would you tell them or what would you want them to hear from you?
Well, seeing that I had such an immediate success, I would say yes, absolutely do it. If there's find a way, they have creative financing, they have ways you can put it on credit cards. That's what worked best for me right off the bat. Um, you know, I, it worked. Whatever they did, it changed. I had applied for over 500 to 600 jobs over that past year, and would get the automated responses back. And within 3 weeks of joining, here I am speaking to you in my new position. So I don't know if I had to be a spokesperson, I would just say it works. Give it faith, have faith in the system, have faith in what they do, and do the work. That's the other half of the equation, right? So you can go through and do all of the worksheets and look at the resume and you can sort of put a half-hearted effort into it, and you'll get a half-hearted result. I was going for my last 500 or so interviews I had before that and all that, or application I put in. I was doing all the effort, but I was maybe not doing all of the correct effort, if that makes sense. I
Mm,
may not be doing all of the right things to make myself stand out of a pack a little bit differently.
yeah,
And that's something that you guys should help me with, and really just sort of help push this through for me to get to the goal line.
awesome. Well, it's music to my ears. Yes, it is a joint effort. It is a partnership along the way. We're there to support you and tell you, in your words, the right things to do. And
Mhm.
then you have to go and execute, which you did. So congratulations to you, Rob. Anything else that you wanted to add before we sign off?
No, I think that's it. I think I'm just very pleased with the results, and I'm happy to be just making my 90 days at my first new organization, and I've already made my number for the year with 2 new deals that I brought in. So I'm kicking ass and taking names. So it's been going really well.
Rob, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Congratulations. Well, they hit the jackpot bringing you on board,
yeah,
clearly.
they're a little happy with me now. So
Yeah.
we had a motor company, an automotive company in Detroit that had a small deal, and I said, "Well, that seems awfully small for a company of that size." So I started calling in and talking to their procurement people, and they said, "Oh yeah, no, we forgot about the other 21 sites that we haven't talked to you about." So got to talk to the other 21 sites, and grew it from a $4,300 million deal to a $1.4 million deal. So
Wow.
yeah,
Incredible,
people are a little
Rob.
happy about that. People are a little happy about that. I'm a little
That's
happy about
amazing. Yeah, that
that.
you should be. You should be. Well, congratulations. That's amazing.
Well, thank you
So
so much.
so